Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome everybody.
Right, as the title says, I'm going to turn from a little log, okay, little bit of branch that found over in the woods there, and we're going to make ourselves a little hand sander, okay, little palm sander, because that's, I want one, okay. You see, I've done a video a while back, I did say on it about making these sanders up. I make these, all these wooden ones, if you see, I think it was that one I made on there, okay, because to be personally, I did buy one of these, paid 62 quid for it, and I can't say I'm happy with it because well, anyway, that's that. Enough of that. So I showed how to make these, and literally I want to make a nice little palm one. So if you want to see how I've done it, join me at the lathe, and I might even do talk a little bit about my shine juice, okay, my sanding sealer. Right, okay, see you over there. Right, okay then, here we are. I've got my piece of wood on, my bit of branch on the lathe, ready for me to rough down. Now, what are we going to need? We want, and it's much the same as I've done the other sanders, so if you've seen those ones, fair enough. But if you haven't, I'll put a link in the description to that video where I made those. Right, so you're going to need, this is a rare earth magnet, 8mm. Okay, they're 8mm by, I think they're 2mm thick.
Just lower it
okay,
down a bit.
that's a 8mm by 2mm rare earth magnet. Okay. The bearing is 16mm OD outside diameter, 6mm inside diameter, so it'll be ID. Yeah. Okay. And I think they're 3mm thick, 3mm or 4mm thick. So it's not important. The outside diameter is not important. The inside diameter is, because it's got to fit your sander. Okay. So you need to make sure what size you're getting. Most of them are 6mm. The outside doesn't matter. You just have to make it bigger, because sometimes you'll get them, they might be 18 or 20mm bearing, as long as the center hole, the inside diameter, is 6mm. That's what it's got to be. So, and we're going to want an 8mm drill bit, okay, for the magnet, and we're going to want a 16mm. For me, 16mm, because that's the size of my bearing. And obviously our sander. Now these I get from Timu. You buy them 2 in a pack. They work out literally less than £1 each, and you get the bit, the pad, and you get the stick-on soft foam pad with it. The bar tends to come, if let me just pop this down here. Right. Now when you get the bar for them, the bar tends to come and be that long. If you want to drill your hole that depth, you can, and you can put that in, okay. Am I alright? Yeah. So at least it's moving the car. I can't see where she is, so obviously she's doing it with her eyes, you know what women do, that look they give you that tells you where you should be or stand or shh, and that, I get that. Right, anyway,
stay there.
So that's that, but I cut mine down, okay. I cut it down to that size, okay. That's from that nut to there is 17mm. That's what I've cut mine to, in case you're wanting to do the same. You can do it whatever size you want. Okay, and the bearings, now you can go wherever you want for them. eBay does them, place like shops. To me, I go to Temu. The magnets, rare earth magnets, you can get like, you get 20, you can get 50 of them for like £1 something, £2. It's brilliant. The bearings the same. You can pay a lot of money for the bearings, but on Temu you get 20 bearings for like £2 something. So you can make that, literally, if you work that down, it works out to pennies. You can make a sanding doofer, twirly doobry thing for as many as you want, okay. But I want to make a palm one, as I said earlier. I want to make a palm one, okay. So I'm going to move this stuff up here, just off of there. Let me drill bit, and I'm going to start turning. Right, okay, let's start turning. I'm going to rough it down. I'm just going to use small roughing gouge. Right, okay, that's smooth enough. So I'll get that in my chuck. Right, okay, I've got that in my chuck. that's true enough. I want to part it off. I don't want all that, so I'm going to part it off down to about here. Then I can always get another one out of that later. So I'm going to part it off. I'm going to leave myself probably about 3 inches. Okay. Right. Okay. That's that done. Right. Now I'm going to just take this down a little bit. You'll see what it is as I do it, so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to just take this diameter down a fraction, okay? Right, okay, that's it. Now I've got to drill the holes in there. Okay, so I'm going to get my chuck on and start drilling. Okay guys, right, I'm just going to drill this. I've got the 16mm drill bit. I want to drill the 16mm hole first. Okay. And that is it. It's just the depth of the bearing, okay, which is around 3mm. I'm not going to measure it. I know what 3mm looks like. Right, now I'm using the 8mm, which will be for the magnet. And this has got to go down. I'm going to check it. Going to check it. If I push that in, yeah, I was probably a little, oh, time I've got the magnet in there, yep, that'd be dead right. That's it. Right, that's all the technical work done. Right, sorry guys, camera turned off a little bit premature. I've just put a little bit of finish on this piece. Just some sanding sealer. What I want to do, I just want to do this front edge before I turn this round and put it into a chuck. Okay, so let me start it up, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this over. I'm not going for pretty because this is a tool, remember, and all I want to do is that will be away from the chuck and I can finish it. Right, I'll get it turned round. Right, I've turned it round. I've put this in my these jaws, and they're smooth on the inside. I've put a bit of router mat in there just so it doesn't overmark it. I'm not over worried because, like I said, it is a tool. It's going to be used as a tool, not an ornament. So I'm going to now just put the shape on here I want. I want it as that little, you'll see. Right, okay, that's the shape I want. And yeah, that feels nice in the hand, that. So I'm going, it's a nice bit of this. I'm going to do a little bit of sanding on that, and then I should put a bit of finish on. So I'll just, it don't really need sand, it's so smooth, but I'm going to do a little sand on it, and then I'll just fast forward through the sanding bit. Okay. Okay, that's sanded enough. I'm just using the one grit. That's really come up nice. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bit of my my shine juice on this. So what first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of my sanding sealer on. This is a shellac sanding sealer. This is one I make up myself. So we'll talk about this another time. Right. take my face shield off for a minute. Yeah, that's a shellac sanding sealer. That's just shellac flakes and denatured alcohol I use to make that up. It works better than anything else, and it's a damn sight cheaper than everything else as well. Right, okay, so I give that a few seconds, like this dry already, okay, and it's left the shellac finish on it. And then what I do, as always, handful of shavings, and just give it a little buff like that, that just denibs it. And you can see the shine that's got on that. There you go. That's because of the shellac that's in it. That gives you, that you could have that as a finish if you want. That would be good enough. But I'm going to put a little bit of my shine juice, GT shine juice. GT. Nothing special. This is, if you like, an OB shine juice, shellac, denatured alcohol, and boiled linseed oil. Okay, I just mix mine up different because I'm still a work in progress, because I want to actually be able to use it at a higher speed. And the trouble with shellac finishes, the speed can be your problem because you don't want it to all pull in. So dogs are barking a little bit. They're just having a little bit of fun, chasing pigeons. Right, now the thing with this is where I get a boring bit, because I have to turn the lathe speed right down. So with this sort of size piece, I can have it a little bit faster. So I'm at 500, and I'll just put a bit of this on, rub it on, and the idea, you've got to keep it moving until it starts to go off. The alcohol will start to evaporate, and it lets you move it about. Don't drag it, you just got to spread it evenly. You can build up coats and coats if you want. It's a friction polish, but it's one you make up yourself, and it's absolutely fantastic. You see the shine on that already. Okay, so yeah, another little bit. Okay, don't hold in one place, you must keep it moving, because otherwise you'll get dragging. It will start to drag, and you can see that starts to build up a nice shine. Basically, the alcohol evaporates, leaves the shellac on there. The oil is a carrier, it helps you to spread it. You've got to get it spread evenly. Give it a few minutes like that. It will all dry out now, and then we can go back on there. We can turn the speed up a little bit. Now the basic recipe for that is thirds. So 1/3 shellac, 1/3 denatured alcohol, 1/3 linseed oil, boiled linseed oil. Trouble here is buying shellac. Over in the States they buy it, if you've seen people make it up, they buy it in tins, bullseye shellac. I looked on there to get a tin of that for over it. One said 150 quid, 154 pound or something. Another one was 60 odd pound. It's crazy money. So but you can get shellac flakes, and you just dissolve them in denatured alcohol or methylated spirits, which is denatured alcohol, but it's got a dye and what they say poison put in it to stop people drinking it. Which is a shame, really. Anyway, but I have got some of the clear, the white denatured alcohol, which you can buy if you go on eBay. If Lisa grabs the bottle, which is down there, that blue lid on it, I'll just show you the bottle in case you can see the shine that comes up on it. Look at that shine. Right, this is the bottle. It's just denatured alcohol, like that. £8 for a bottle, a litre bottle, okay? And I've used that to make some up. I have, now, right, this is for my sanding sealer. That is just denatured alcohol and shellac. The amount, I put 1 to 10 basically. So if you have an ounce of that, 10 ounces of alcohol, or if you have, like I do it on, I make it up in a bottle like this, okay, and I put 1 inch of shellac on the bottom, and then put 10 inches of denatured alcohol. So 1 part to 10. That's how I'm doing it. It works for me, okay? You do it how you want to do it. Right, this is how it comes out if you use denatured alcohol. It looks like Piss?
Yep.
Yeah. Looks like you've peed in the bottle. Don't get it mixed up with your bottle you might pee in, because you don't want to be spreading out on your piece. That's how it comes when it's done with meths. This is still dissolving some. It's in the bottom. It's still dissolving some of this one. That's how it comes out. It has a different colour. It changes the colour because meths, obviously, methylated spirits is purple. It doesn't affect the wood. It doesn't come the dye doesn't come out onto the wood. Okay, it's just in there to do that, and it's used. This was not invented by wood turners. It's invented by French. It's French polish. That's what it is basically. Okay, and that's all you're doing. You're making up a French polish that you can use on your lathe. And when you put the linseed oil in, it tends to go a bit like that. That's a slightly greener colour because when I stirred the shellac flakes in the alcohol, I used green stick and a little bit of the green come off. But it again, it doesn't actually. You can see there's no colour in that whatsoever. Okay, with this you will find it separates. Now I've mixed mine up different. They say thirds. Okay, I haven't done thirds. What I've got is I've got that much dissolved shellac, which is 1 part with so many parts. I just dilute it. It goes a bit like a syrup. Put it in there. I've gone to that depth there, that depth with linseed oil, and then filled it up to there with alcohol because I don't want it to evaporate too quick. I want to be able to spread it. And the bigger the bowl, the more alcohol and linseed oil you might want to put in. Right, let me stop that and I'll show you that. That is bone dry. Okay, it doesn't need any more buffing.
Looks like glass, isn't it?
That is done like that. Okay, that's the finish you will get from that shine juice. You don't have to put a sanding sealer on it or anything. I put it on there because I find it actually works a bit better. It seals it straight away rather than having to put extra coats of that on. And I have tried with the methylated spirits one and this one. This one is brilliant. I've got cellulose sealer and stuff like that, but cellulose sealer you pay 20 quid for a litre of sealer. You want to thin it down, so you pay another 20 quid for that. Alright, it's 42 quid. So it's £21, so 42 quid, and you can get 2 litres. But for basically less than 8 quid, and you can get it cheap if you buy this on eBay. Methylated spirits, if you buy it on eBay, you can get a 5 litre for cheap. I haven't looked at the full prices, but this is a litre and that was 8 quid for a litre. Okay, £8 for 250 grams of shellac. I haven't even used half. I mean, you'll make up, I don't know, you'll probably make up 2 or 3 litres of it for 16 quid. So there you go, that's the difference. And it works better than the cellulose because it's actually shellac. I used to get Liberon, the shellac one, but the price just went through the roof. It went stupid money. Right, that is finished, guys. Sorry, I've been waffling. I didn't fast forward any of that. Right, okay, I'm going to take that off. That's my little bit. Look at that. That looks too good to have as a tool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that finish.
It's going to get dirty with your hands.
It's as cheap as anything. But that goes like glass, and it's hard now. And I love the smell of shellac. And linseed oil. It smells like putty, you know. Well, linseed oil was in putty. Right, take that out because that's going to annoy people. I might leave it sat in there.
Just
actually,
leave
like
it, yeah.
Just to annoy people. Right, okay. So now this is my bit. That's what I wanted. I've got it done. So now, yeah, right. I'm going to pop that up there for 1 second. I'll put my table on and I'll assemble it here. It's easier for Lisa to do with the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Right, mouthful of coffee before I put it together. Right, this is my little sander. So, I've got my 8mm hole drill to 17mm depth, or slightly over. I think it was 17mm, and I've got my little recess for the bearing. Right, easiest way I'm finding, put the magnet in, pop it onto the end of that, like so. You can put a bit of epoxy in there if you want, and then you push it down and that will epoxy it in. Put a bit of super glue. I'm not particularly worried about anything. Use that to push the magnet down and push it home. That's it. Right, and that, you can see that grips it like that. The magnet stays in there. It's a nice tight fit if you've done your hole right. 16mm bearing. That's got to be nice tight little fit. There we go. That's there. That could go a little bit deeper if you're worried about it. There you go, that's it in. And that is it. And then my foam that I've got dirty because I'm a bit of a mucky pup.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
There you go. Totally off. There, no, that's good enough. Right, that on there. Get a little sanding pad. Let's see what we've got here. There's a 180 sanding pad. And there we go. I've got myself a nice, sometimes, you know, these, if you're going in like bowls and stuff, it can be a little bit awkward. So I wanted to make myself a little one like that I can hold. It's nice and comfortable to hold. I can get hold there, put my hands around that side, get in there. Nice. Let's see how it works, shall we? So what I'll do is I'll pop that there and I'll get a bit of wood in there and we'll try it. Right, okay guys, I'll put a piece of wood in it. This is a piece of yew. This is I gave this a quick sand. This has also got that shine juice. My GT shine juice. It's not an OB shine juice because it's got my measurements to it. So right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just rough this down, take that shine off of it, and then I want to do a little bit of sanding with my new sander, just so you can see it all works good. Oh, that's no good, is it? Got speed turned down. Right, okay. I'm just going to take this off, all that shine. Nice smooth finish. With the roughing guard, I can feel those little knots there. Let's go one more. There we go. We'll move that out of the way. We'll turn our dust extractor on. And Lisa, bring it around here and we'll give it a little sand. I'll turn the speed down a little bit and let's see how my little sander works. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. Spinning nicely. Put the pad on straight. Without. Yep, there we go. And if you want to stop it and do a bit of whatever sanding, you can very easily. Now see, I can stop it, start it. But that, when I'm working here like this, I don't always want a big handle in my way. You know, I want to be able to come in nice and close like this. Let's get it nice and smooth. And then again, we can pop these off, or if we've got more, I've got loads more heads, we can just change the head over. Because it's literally a case of pull that out and just pop the other one in, isn't it? Nice and quick. And it's cost us pennies. A little bit of branch that you find over the woods or something. Don't have to be you. You can get your wife to find the bit. No. It don't have to be a piece of yew, it can be anything. That's that shellac, look. Oh, it stays such a beautiful finish. Look at that. Oh. I don't normally use my shellac on here. I haven't bothered making it up. Let me take this off. I'm not doing any turning now. I don't make it up so much now because I don't use it on any of the stuff I do as everyday turnings. I'm only using it because of the YouTube. Right, that's 240 grit. Let's pop a number for it on there. 240 or 320? I think that was 320 I used. Right, so I'll go I'll get a very quick buzz with a 400. I've got to put that foam pad on a bit more central. There, that's it. Right. Right, it's nice when you use it nice and small like this. Look at that. Do you think I could bring these out and charge 60 quid for them?
Yeah. Well, like everyone else.
And it's nice to have a bit of wood in your hand. I like to sit and hold my wood in my hand.
Yeah, I like to have a bit of wood in my hand.
Right. I've done that up to 400 grit. Okay, so there we go. My little sander. I have to have a little place for that now.
I was going to say, it hasn't got a place yet, is it?
No. And now what I'm going to do, just to show you again, I'm going to very quickly. I know this makes this video a little bit longer than it should be, but then what else you got to do? Hey? Go grab the wife, she'll be happy to come and watch me. She'll say, don't you do an extended version? Right, so my sanding, so actually no, what I'll do, because I showed that on the other one, stay there where you are, don't go nowhere. This is the one with the meths, okay? This is made up with meths. It's still got a little bit of dissolving to do, but I reckon it'll be, alright, it's okay. So if you can't get the white denatured alcohol, I'll use a different bit of the rag. Now, what I like to do with putting this on, I don't put it on so much when it's spinning. Stop the lathe and give it a quick wipe like that while it's going. It gets it to spread. Now you can see actually how that's gone on. Right, the alcohol has gone. The alcohol's evaporated nice and quick, and that's actually put a nice seal on that. I'm going to give it another little, but you can see it doesn't colour the wood. So if you're worried about the meths being purple, it might colour the wood. It doesn't. Right, so there we go. Right, I'm going to leave that for a second. Don't even colour the cloth, let's see.
Can't see it.
Okay.
Yep. Alright.
Get with it, camera woman.
That's a bit slow.
Right, and in case you weren't, that is 1 inch of shellac flakes. When you get them, they're quite big. Crush them, put them in a plastic bag, make yourself a round piece of wood for a rolling pin, crush them down, they dissolve quicker. But if you leave it 24 hours or just leave it overnight, it'll all be diluted by the morning. So if I put whatever size bottle you're using, this is a 500ml bottle, it was for linseed oil.
So the dogs are off on one.
Right, 1 inch to 10 inches of alcohol or methylated spirits. That's for my sanding sealer, what I'm using. Okay, please do not come up with all your methods. I'm not being nasty, but I'm not interested. I do what I do because it works for me. I've made it for what I want it to be. Okay, right, as you can see, that's all gone flat at the moment. Yeah. So all the alcohol has gone through. I'll leave that there. All the alcohol's gone. I can feel it's quite smooth. If there's anything to pop up, it will pop up. I now just use some shavings, and I've always got loads of shavings. I don't have much dust, it's all shavings. Right, spin the lathe up and denib it. Right, and that's all I do. A quick denib with the shavings. Now you can see it's shining. Okay, you can see now it's gone shiny already. So if you just want a quick finish like that, it's shellac, it is a finish. You could actually just leave that as a finish, yeah? You see that?
Yep.
Right, okay. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to put some of our shine juice on. Remember, this is exactly the same stuff, it's just that this has got boiled linseed oil in it as well. The same amount of linseed oil as I've got shellac, but they would say a third. For me, because I want it to move better, I'll put a little bit more. I mess about with the piece. Do it yourself. Start off with your basic, a third. All right, a third of shellac. So basically 2 inches of shellac, 2 inches of boiled linseed oil, 2 inches of alcohol. Mix that, put that in, give it a shake up, it'll go like this, okay? Whenever you leave it settling, within literally 15 minutes or so, it will separate, and you'll have your shellac there, and then you'll have all the fluid oil, or your oil goes there. Yeah, your oil will go to the bottom, and that's right. Just give it a shake, okay? Before you use it, give it a shake up, and that's it. Start off with the basis. If it's not working for you, play around with it. The bigger the bowl, the more alcohol I would say to add, because the shellac will dry too quick, and then it'll start to drag. You don't want it to drag. Right, so with it, you do have to turn the lathe speed down. I find for it really to get it to move nicely, about 400 is nice. So that's dead 400, okay. And then all it is pop it on and move it. Don't stop. Don't hold it in one place. Move it all the time. If you stop to hold it in one place, the shellac, all the alcohol will go, the oil will dry off, and the shellac will start to drag. Okay, that's all there is to it. Keep the rag moving like that. A little bit of pressure. Not too much. You don't not over hard, but enough pressure. A bit like, you know, when the wife falls asleep watching telly and you go bonk on a rye ball.
Oh, and
that's pressure. You don't want to blind her, but you want to shock her.
Is that what it was last time?
Yeah, so that's the sort of pressure you want. You know, you don't want to blind her, but it's just so funny when she wakes up with a shock, and then oh my eye, when you go tap like that, and then you go and you pretend you're asleep.
Yeah.
Right, that's only had two goes on that. That's just 2 quick goes like that. I'm going to stop it, and you can see the shine. Now I can still see there's a little bit with the oil. It's not perfectly dry, but you can come and you can wipe with the grain like this. Look, just give it a little wipe. That takes everything off, and that is it. Just leave it for a few. It's not very long at all, really. It's seconds. All it is for the alcohol to evaporate. The oil will dry off pretty quick. I can still see little bits there, but that's it. If you leave it for a few minutes, then you can come back. You can always put it on, turn your speed up a bit. So I've gone up to, I'm at 1400 now, and just come in and very quick with the bit that you put the shellac on, okay? Not a dry bit of cloth, the same piece where the shellac was, where your juice was. All right, give it a little wipe like that. Keep it going, nice and fast. There you go. And what you've done, you've buffed it off, and just a little wipe like that. And as I say, it just takes that little bit of time. Well, it don't really take any time. That's it, it's dry. So if I just leave that for a couple of seconds, like that, that is it, guys. And while I'm waiting for that, look, I'll just show you that. Well, you see how quick this went off, and look, I've had that in my dirty, grubby hands, and there you go. Beautiful finish. And look at that, that's drying up. Yeah, that's dry now. Look, I can touch it, it's dry, and you get this beautiful shiny, like you can see I didn't do much sanding on it. You get this beautiful shiny finish. There you go. Okay, and if you're interested in these, there you go, something for you to make, isn't it? Cheap as anything, pennies. They work out as pennies in the end, and you can got the pleasure that you made it with your own lily white hands.
Your own lily white hands.
There you go. I love making stuff for turning. So that's my little, yeah, that sits nice in my hand. Look, little there. You make it whatever shape you want. If you've got weird shaped hands or something, you can make it to fit that. And there you go, nice little cylinder. Right, okay. To the pit, guys. I'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.